This is a Sichuan style pork and chive dumpling.
So Kwanghi, I see we have some minced pork here now for our next dish.
It's so versatile, mince, like you can do so much with it. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make dumplings out of it. Obviously, you can make all types of meat dumplings, but pork is quite flavorful for me. And it's because like the fat content, it's just when you bite into it, it's just so juicy. You know?
A lovely texture to it.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to put a small bit of mince in here, and like everything else in Italian, of flavor, like meatballs. Flavor the mince, and this is exactly what we're going to do here. So I'm going to put a small bit of soy sauce in here, and soy sauce, you can see I'm not using any salt. I'm using like flavorings. Okay, sesame oil, so about 2 tablespoons sesame oil, and also some honey. Instead of me using sugar, I like to use natural ingredients like honey. So this will kind of give me a bit of sweetness as well, and I'm going to use that in the sauce.
And that will probably break down again the mince even that much further as well, wouldn't it? The marinades.
Yeah. So when you see the mince, it's kind of like a really coarse and separated. By the time I finish, Tom finishes mixing it, it's going to be really kind of bind together, because that's what you want.
Like a farce.
Yes, exactly. Like a farce. So basically, I'm going to put some ginger in here. I love fresh ginger. Fresh ginger is incredible. Beautiful. It gives it a lovely flavor. You're saying some garlic, okay? So I'm going to throw a bit of garlic in here.
And again, that's a superfood as well, garlic, isn't it?
Yeah. So good for you.
Yeah.
Stays where they're cold, so lovely. I'm going to throw a small bit of coriander in here, and I just love the flavor of coriander going into the pork, and that it just changes the flavor, and also like a small bit of scallions. And this is the exact same ingredients I'm going to use again. I use the tops of the scallions, and it's because like it has that lovely springy kind of flavor going into it, like, you know, it's just oniony kind of flavor. It's just really good. Right, Tom, if you can whisk that. So basically we're going to use chopsticks, and chopsticks is a traditional way of using mixing stuff, you know, so they just keep binding that until it's kind of come together. In the meantime,
it smells unbelievable.
Yeah, so wonton pastry, so that's what we're going to use.
Lovely.
So wonton pastry is a bit like egg pasta to me, so it's you know, it's quite handy. You can get these frozen in the Asian market anywhere, and they come frozen like these little packets. Okay,
very nicely done, isn't it?
You can see it kind of starting to come together. Give it a good
good whisk.
Yeah. Get them arms going there, Tom. You see they're starting to come together, binding together, and that's what you want. And that'll go further and further, like, you know what I mean? So in the meantime, what we're going to do, we're going to make a little dressing. I have a bit of Chinese black vinegar. Okay, black vinegar is really, really nice, and it has a bit of oakiness to it. So I'm going to throw say equal amounts, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of soy sauce in here as well.
Soya, one of my favourites.
Yeah, and I'm also going to throw some sesame oil in here as well. So, okay, sesame oil.
Well, I used to get to the store, chef.
Yeah, add equal quantities of sesame oil to your soya.
Okay.
And this will give us a really nice flavour. Sesame oil has a really nice fragrance in it. We use a lot of it.
It smells divine.
Yeah, so basically it's like an Asian dressing at the moment. Have some sesame seeds in there as well.
Nice.
Okay, and if you want to grate some ginger in there.
Yes, chef, yeah, no problem. Not too much, yeah?
Not too much. And then I have a piece of garlic in there as well if you want to grate that. And then look at that, see the way that's binded up together?
Yeah, it's like all the proteins,
isn't it?
It's like all the proteins have amalgamated together.
Yeah, and that's what you want, because you know what? When you boil that up now, you get a buoyance, you get a bit of, you know, elastic kind of texture when you're biting into that. And that's when you know it's a really good pork, because the fats is kind of binding in with the lean meat. The garlic as well in there. Okay.
Yes, chef.
I'm going to put that there. And then we're going to make some dumplings together, won't we, guys?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So we'll grab a piece of each there. So.
Yep.
And what we're going to do is we're going to have a small bit of water. So flour side on your hand.
Flour side.
Yeah. And then we're going to wet all the corners. So here you go, a bit of water here.
Not the hot one, no.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little teaspoon in the
7
middle
or 8
of that.
grams.
Around that, yeah.
Many portions, how many dumplings would you give in a portion?
Normally I do 8 in a portion, like, you know, in the restaurant. But like, I could eat 30 of them.
Yeah.
So basically corner to corner.
On
the
the
top.
corner.
So make a triangle out
Yeah,
of it.
and then squeeze, and then from the side, then start squeezing the air out from the inside.
Okay.
Try not to, and then just give it a little push at the top like that, and then you should have a little dumpling like this. Then you see the way it's made, like, so you get a lovely piece of mint in the middle, and then you got a nice pasta that kind of like a really drenched, the kind of like sauce later on, when you're taking it out. So basically, look, boiling water, nothing in it, and what we're going to do is going to throw it in there, and that will take about maybe 3 to 4 minutes because the size. I reckon whenever it rises and it kind of like starts floating up top,
That's
you know
when
when it's cooked. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So it's so fast, like it's because the heaviness of the mince is just lifted up, like So it's like any other meatball. I'm making another 1 or 2.
So one portion is like 50 grams of meat.
Will it be 50 grams?
Well, if you have 8 proportion, 7 eighths,
Yeah.
56.
So
Very cost effective.
Isn't it?
Oh,
incredible, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
For 50 grams plus just a few sheets of.
And like you probably be able to charge a portion about €8 or €9 a portion of dumplings, you know what I mean? And like I think a great profit margin
Absolutely.
for a chef to kind of include that into their menu mix, like
yeah.
It's a great money spinner.
I like spicy
Want
in
some
my
of this?
sauce. Yeah, I'll use this here. And so what I'm going to do is put a bit of chili oil.
That smells. Oof.
Yeah, so basically
Beautiful.
chili oil is like ketchup in China. You see it in every table. It adds a small bit of spice in there, and it's delicious. You can see the
The dumplings starting
dumplings starting to rise, So I don't want to really ferociously cook them because I want it to kind of like float, because it will start breaking the pasta in the end. It'll just break up. So I'm going to turn it down. You can see it floating there.
You can.
So if you want to
2
throw
minutes.
that into there,
All in, chef, yeah? Up to
throw
about
it all
there?
in, yeah. And then what we'll do is we're going to serve some of that cooking liquid in with the dumplings. And this is a Sichuan style soup dumpling. So basically it's a dumpling that is served in a soup. And Tom, if you want to chop up some coriander and some tops of the scallions, and we can throw that into the sauce as well.
Chef, they smell amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, some people will say that it's very labor intensive, I suppose, but it's not. You can see how quickly it's put together.
Oh, this is like incredible. This is a street food that you find in Asian countries a lot, And they're trying to make the best out of a really good ingredient that they can get very cost effectively. So this is a Sichuan style pork and chive dumpling, and it's served with a lovely kind of like a soup mix that we did with the sauce, soya, black vinegar, honey, and all that. It's just get that lovely balance of flavour in there.
I think it's.
Can I try, chef? I think it's tasty time.
Yeah, it is
Looks
a bit
good.
spicy now. Just be careful.
Okay.
Now it is a bit spicy now, so just be careful when you're eating it. Okay.
It's incredible.
So this is probably one of our. It's so tasty and made out of very cost effective,
There's a lovely bite to it, isn't there? Beautiful.
and the flavour is intense.
Everything just works.
It's gorgeous.